I will take a load of soybeans to Purdue this morning. Sunday morning, yeah, I know. But that's what I gotta do. I should be in church, but I already said 3 Our Fathers and 2 Hail Marys, so that will have to do for now. Damn, looks like I need some go-go juice. But I haven't had time to go to the gas station. And I doubt that it's going to happen today. So, I've got enough until tomorrow. Traffic on Sunday morning is not supposed to be this bad. But I forgot about the bridge work today, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. So I guess it's one-way traffic on the bridge. So it's going to take me a while to get across. So this is what's going to happen now. Traffic behind me is backed up a half a mile, and just beyond that turn is a road to the right. That road comes along here. It's a side road and comes out right at the base of the bridge. So as traffic backs up to the first entrance of the road, people are going to take that, and then they'll be turning up here at the base of the bridge trying to get into this traffic here, and it slows things down that much more. Because fools here that have waited in line are going to stop and let the people at the stop sign come out. Just aggravating. Hey, traffic stopped coming towards us, so that means we are about to go. Alright, let's see if my prediction is true. Hey! Wow, there is nobody at this stop sign up here. Amazing. That really is amazing. Well, it doesn't look like it is bridge inspections. I'm not quite sure what they're doing. There was a couple of potholes forming up here on this bend I noticed the other day, so maybe they're filling those potholes. Wow, the tide is high, right at the bottom of those piers. I think we were under coastal flood watch yesterday. Yep, that's what they're doing, filling potholes. There's one there. Holy crap. 11.1% moisture. These things should be 13 to 15%. I think 13 is the cutoff. Anything above that you get docked for. But 11.1%. I have heard reports of 9% moisture in soybeans. That is just ridiculous. That's how dry it is around here. We have got a lot of vines here, but there are not a lot of soybeans on these vines. A lot of pods with just 1 or 2 soybeans in them. And the heck of it is, these were nice looking soybeans in the summer as they were growing. They were over 5 feet tall. I doubt that they're doing 20 bushels to the acre. First field I did on this farm did about 40 bushels to the acre, but it was a different variety of soybeans. They were a group 4.0, and I believe these are a 4.7 or a 4.8. So they were all planted within a couple of days. It's just that maturity and variety made a difference this year. Darn groundhog hole. The actual soybean itself is very small with this particular variety. But I can say there is no popping. The soybeans are not popping out of the pod. You don't hear anything hitting the glass. So they're staying in the pod very well, considering how dry they are. The load that I took to Purdue this morning was 11.7%, I believe. So they are quite dry, but luckily they're not popping. I'm not getting a clean sample, so I have adjusted the screens, closed them down some, because these are smaller soybeans, and because they're only yielding less than 20 bushels to the acre. I had to make a few more adjustments, so hopefully it'll clean them up a little bit. I have got the reel almost all the way up, and you can see how tall the soybeans are, still hitting in relation to the reel. Okay, I've got a cleaner sample now by closing those screens down. Of course, my glass is dirty, so that may make the sample appear dirty as well. I thought I was going to be hungry today, so before I left the hardware store, I bought some snacks. I bought some Cheez-Its and a Twix. Well, I've eaten the Twix, but I have not eaten the Cheez-Its. The Twix filled me up, so I guess I will save the Cheez-Its for another day. That's what happens when I try to talk and hold the GoPro. I miss a spot. One there and one up there. I do not have auto steer on the combine. These vines are just tremendous. You can see, maybe you can't, the reel is As I said, just about all the way up. And they are still hitting the center tube of that reel. Lots of vines, but very few soybeans on them. Unbelievable. So maybe you can see now how far up the reel is compared to the cutter bar. So that gives you an idea of how tall these soybeans are. I would go stand in the soybeans to show you how tall they are, but the dust bothers me. It does not bother me as bad as my wife. She is almost deathly allergic to soybean dust. We found this out when we were dating, and we used to clean our own soybeans and keep it for seed, and we would keep soybeans for seed out of the field, clean them ourselves to replant the following year. Whoa, groundhog hole. Not a wheel falling off. So we kept our own and replanted them. That was before the days of Roundup Ready soybeans. You can't do that now. So one day she came down to help me clean soybeans, and oh my God, I think she ended up in the hospital that evening. It took a while to figure out that it was the soybean dust that was doing it. So anytime I am around soybeans, I have to take all of my clothes off outside of the house. I cannot come inside with the clothes on because of the dust. So I have to strip outside. I leave the clothes outside until she has got a load ready to wash, and she will let me know, hey, the washing machine is ready to go, the lid is open, put all of your clothes in there and close the lid. Even if I just haul a load of soybeans, it's just enough dust. If I'm not careful, she senses it as soon as I walk in the house. I'm not quite that bad with soybean dust, but it does bother my eyes, and it's just a horrible dust. Okay, I am out in the field here. I decided to get out of the combine, so here you can see I am 5 feet 10. This vine is up to my nose. There you go, you can see that. But let's look at some of the pods here. 3 beans in this pod, but look at how small they are. This is hard to do with one hand. I'm going to hold you between my legs, don't get excited. So those are just small soybeans. One bean in that pod. 3. The small one there. But here's the other thing. You have to go, oh hell, there's nothing in that pod, there's nothing there. 12 inches up, 14 inches up before you get the first pod. So the first 12 inches, there's one pod there in the 12 inches. So no pods whatsoever on the first 12 to 16 inches of these vines. So that is not helping our yields either. There's one small bean in that pod. Very small. Nothing in that one. As I said, these they had potential, as tall as they are. That's the way the cookie crumbles, or that's the way the soybean grows, I guess. So this reel, well, you can see shoulder height. And these beans are right up there with it. Plenty of dust. Oh yeah, look at that dust. My eyes are itching and watering just watching it. It looks like we will get through the day without any rain. Originally, I guess on Friday, all last week, Monday kept showing 40% chance of rain. Until yesterday, that's when they changed the forecast for Monday, took the rain out. There is rain to the west of us. It looks like maybe after midnight it will be raining. Fingers crossed, hoping. So right now the forecast, I believe, is 40% chance of rain Tuesday and Wednesday. So today's Monday, October 7th. 83 degrees today. That's quite warm for October in southern Maryland. I think I've got a couple more passes to make to have enough to load the truck. And I've only got a couple more acres here of soybeans that are ready to cut. The rest of them have just enough green pods in there that they're going to screw up the sample. So once I finish cutting these couple of acres here, I don't have any more that will be ready and probably until the weekend. In fact, in this field, I've had to leave out a couple of passes on either side of the field next to the wood line because they're green. Okay, I'm hoping it's going to rain because I have brought the combine home and parked it in the barn. So my daughter is supposed to be coming down to pick me up and take me back to the field to get the truck. I'm only working less than 2 miles from home, so it's not a big deal to drop the header and bring the combine home so it doesn't get wet. I just didn't feel like blowing it off today, so it's easier to back it in the shed. All right. I guess I will move the augers, take the hoppers out of the augers so they don't fill up with water and get all those soybeans wet. I'll close the tops on the bins. And then I will go home and have a margarita. Hey, hear the neighbor over there cutting soybeans. I see dust. Yep, sure is. Okay, so it will soon be margarita time, and you know what that means. See ya! See ya!